Hello everyone! Our lesson for today is found in the book of Numbers, chapter 20 and 21. I have a question for you. Do you believe in God? Believing in God is more than accepting God to be real and true. But you depend on Him, you trust Him, you obey Him, and you love Him. And you accept what He says is true, even if you think what He says is true cannot happen. Like, for example, can a huge amount of water come from a single rock? If you tell the rock to give out water, like, hey, rock, give me water. You're probably thinking, of course, that's impossible. That can't happen. Well, God says it's possible. You see, God told our friends Moses and Aaron today to get water from a rock so that God's people and their cows can drink from it. Well, God says it's possible. You see, God told our friends Moses and Aaron today to get water from a rock so that God's people and their cows can drink from it. Today, let's see what happens when people do not believe in God, and then we'll see what happens when people do believe in God. All of what you have heard and what you hear is a true story, and this story goes like this. One day, as Moses and his people were walking, they all realized that there was no water for God's people. So they all gathered themselves together and grumbled against Moses and against Aaron, saying, "Why have you brought all of God's people into this wilderness, that we and our cows should die here in this evil place? This place is evil because this is no place for fruits and vegetables to grow, and there is no water to drink." After hearing this, Moses and Aaron went away from all of God's people to the front of the tent, and they fell on their faces. There, God spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the staff and gather all the people, you and Aaron your brother, and tell the rock to give water. So you shall bring water out of the rock for them and give drink to the people and their cows." And Moses took the staff from before the Lord as he commanded him. Then Moses and Aaron gathered the people together before the rock, and Moses lifted up his hand and struck the rock with his staff twice. And then so much water poured out. So God's people and their cows drank. But God said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not believe in me to uphold me as holy in the eyes of the people of Israel, therefore you shall not bring these people into the land that I have given them." Now from Mount Hor they set out by the way to the Red Sea, and the people became impatient on the way. And the people spoke against God and against Moses again, saying, "Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water, and we hate this worthless food." Then the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, so that many people of Israel died. And the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against Moses and against you. Pray to the Lord that he takes away the serpents from us." So Moses prayed for the people, and the Lord said to Moses, "Make a fiery serpent and put it on a pole, and everyone who is bitten, when he sees it, shall live." So Moses made a bronze serpent and set it on a pole. And if a serpent bit anyone, he will look at the bronze serpent and live. So when Moses and Aaron didn't believe, all of God's people were stopped from going into the land that God promised. But when the people of God back then looked to the bronze serpents, they were healed. Today, if you look to Jesus Christ as your King, your leader, and if you look to Jesus as the one who can save you from punishment that lasts forever and ever and ever, and if you believe that Jesus died and became physically alive again, then you can go to heaven to be with God. Will you believe in Jesus by trusting, obeying, and loving Jesus Christ?